Hi guys, my name is Wale. I'm a business and data analyst. So today I'll be taking you on a review of my project uh, for Nestle. As we all know, Nestle is one of the largest food conglomerates around the world. And today we'll be reviewing their revenues in one of their major countries, Australia, and the cities thereof. So we practically made use, of Excel. We go over 18,000 raw data, sets of raw data from Nestle, and we made sense of this data by, putting it on through the ETL, the entire ETL process before bringing it to this platform. This platform you see right here is called Tableau. Tableau is a data visualization tool which helps to um, helps management to make better decision making. By giving fluid, dynamic, and responsive um, visualization that helps management make better strategic business decisions. So for the purpose of this project, yeah, we are reviewing, the revenues by products. The total revenue for Nestle in Australia, based on our estimates, were about 30.8 million. Based on the 18,000 raw data we got, it amounted to about $30.8 million. And of course, this doesn't make sense if we don't streamline it to um, the products, their flagship products. Knowing which products actually contributed immensely to, this huge chunk of money. So we start with the review by product to check, the revenue contribution by top flagship products. As we can see from the review, Milo happens to be one of the topmost products with over $5.9 million. We have Nescafe, we have Nesquik, we have Nescau, Nestle Drumstick, all the way down to Nescafe Gold. So these are the top performing products for Nestle as we impact or the effect for management in making decisions. We believe that knowing your top or your flagship products actually help you to position yourself in the market, to know what products you need to harness more energy into. And it also lets you know the poor performers like the Nescafe Gold and Maggie, trying to understand those numbers and what actually led these particular businesses to or products to not to perform poorly. So there's a need to understand those numbers and try to see how you can improve on them if there are products you can still work with, or better still, um, face out the product if it's a product that is no longer, as effective for customers within the region. And in some cases, it might be a need to actually, rebrand or recreate a new product that actually appeals to the market. So we also did revenue by location. For this purpose, what we are trying to achieve is to understand, what cities in Australia, for instance, drive the most of the revenues made by Nestle. So, and what this does is it makes you know your market share in these markets, in these cities, and how you can actually increase them, and know what cities to actually give your resources to, knowing that those are the cities that are your key drivers or your key revenue drivers. So for revenue by location, we have Tasmanian, we have Queensland, we have New South Wales leading the pack for Nestle. Uh, on the bottom side, we have West Australia, with a very poor showing for the period. I believe that it all depends. It could be that maybe it's difficult to actually distribute products to this part of the market. Maybe it could be because of the weather, the topography of the area, or the culture of the people in West Australia. We don't know, but at least from the insights we have here, then it's definitely an aspect that needs to be looked into by the management to see what the issues are and see how they can actually increase revenues, and that can only be brought to book through a data analytics software like Tableau. And we also did some other reviews, looking at the revenues by sales medium. By sales medium, we mean, was it sold to you directly? That's physical sales, or was it sold to you online? So customers purchasing online or customers purchasing physically from like supermarkets or stores. So what we noticed is that over 76% of their transactions actually happened through physical means, although almost about 25% still happens online, which is huge. I mean, it's not a figure we can overlook. It's almost a quarter of the entire transactions happening online. So there are ways we can actually increase, this online presence with the advent of technology, AI. What can be done to actually drive businesses to or individuals to purchase more through the online platforms to increase the revenue for the business? Okay. So in addition, we did a trend analysis of these revenues by medium for the key years. The years we are reviewing is 2018, 2019, 2020, and we could tell that there was increase in sales or revenues for both online and direct sales in 2019. However, this dropped in 2020. Uh, there needs to be a review into that drop to understand the reason behind that drop during the period. We don't have much data to actually work with here. I wish we actually had month on month data so we could be able to see the seasonal changes in revenues, because that will also help us understand how the product works throughout, how these key products or flagship products work throughout the entire year in terms of the seasonal changes. It could be, for instance, maybe during winter period, Nescafe sells more because everybody wants to drink something that is hot and to keep them warm and stuff like that. So that could necessitate the reason why we are seeing an increase in business growth in Nescafe during the period. Milo's growth could be attributed to, let's say, during the summertime, people rather have a cold beverage and, they put some ice in it and, just to keep themselves cool. So it depends, but, we don't have enough data to actually do further review. We hope at some point we do get, month-on-month data so we could be able to analyze, what the effect of seasonal changes is on the business's revenue. There are some other exciting, reviews that we did or analysis that we did. I'll start with as regards to revenue by products as it relates to revenue by location. So I'll start with Milo, for instance. So we color coded it, right, so that you could actually see through where the markets where Milo has been dominant over the course of these years. So, for instance, we color coded Milo with red with 5.9. You can tell that the key markets for Milo are Tasmania, South Australia, and New South Wales. So, if we check Smarties, for instance, let's check Smarties. Smarties color coded brown. We could see that its top markets are South Australia, Tasmanian, and Northern Territory. I mean, this is a new entrance. We've not seen other territory yet before. Let's look at KitKat. KitKat, key market, South Australia, New South Wales, and we have Tasmanian for KitKat color coded blue. So the color coding actually makes it or makes it simplified enough and clear enough for anybody to understand what the changes are. It's fluid and it's clear and it's understandable for everybody to to pick anything from our dashboard, and that's part of what we are trying to drive while using data analytics visualization tool like Tableau. Furthermore, if you go to like a product like Nescafe Gold, color coded gold, also, you will notice that apart from their presence in some of these top cities, their mode of purchase was actually about 50% of their mode of purchase was actually done online. For a poor performing product like this, having almost 50% of its transactions online, it begs the question that is there something they are doing differently that is actually making them have more of their sales online? If you remember, the entire business, the entire revenue for the entire business did not even go up to 25% online, but their poorest product is actually doing 50% of its transaction, about 50% of its transaction online. Top performing products like Milo, right, don't even have an online presence. So it begs the question, what if Milo tried to sell online? Does that mean that there could have been a 50% increase in their revenues? These are questions that comes to bear when presenting such situation to management. At least these insights would have been hidden if not for the visualization tool that we are using to actually explore this data to make sense of it. And Nescafe, as you can see, is doing a lot of online business, and they are doing over almost 60% online business. So why is Milo not mirroring what its closest competitor within the business is doing? So that means that there could be some revenues that they could be losing, and all the way down to the other products. Nesquik doesn't even have an almost doesn't have an online presence. Nescau, same situation, very little on. All these other products and flagship products needs to be explored on online platforms to see how much more that can be gained through these platforms. Yes, and in addition, we I mean, because of the fluidity of this platform, that's the Tableau platform, and how we've designed it, you can actually check year on year performance of products in terms of revenue, in terms of sales. So, for instance, I go to my drop down here and I select just my 2018 data to see what my 2018 performance looks like. Okay, so you can see a shift in Nescafe now and Milo. So before now, the entirety of the business we saw Milo spearheading the game, but now we've seen Nescafe leading the pack compared to Milo. We had 8.7 million in revenues during the period of 2018. If we check 2019, um, let's see what we have for 2019. We have about 12 million. That's a huge increase in sales. Nescafe is still leading the pack, but by 2020, um, sales dropped to 9.4 million. So we need to understand what is the reason, for this decline in sales volumes during the period. And I mean, it's definitely something the management will need to look at and correct going forward into 2021. So it's important to have a data visualization tool as well as the other backend tools that actually helps you to extract this data, transform and load this data like the Excel